Okay, it's been a while since we've gotten a question on the Meathead Science section of the site. But Neutron, I'm glad you put something up, and I'm glad to hear that your shin splints are completely healed up. Okay, remember, training is science, and we can always fix stuff. Your question was about knee and ankle health for athletes, and this really applies to anybody. And I'm gonna be posting part of an article that I wrote to follow this up. Okay, that I just submitted to some big sites. But your ankle is a ball and socket joint. Okay, and if we remember about the ankles, the only way to wash a joint in synovial fluid, because they don't have a good blood supply, is through mobility work. So clockwise, counterclockwise ankle circles, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, like you're pumping a brake. I recommend some of the minimus shoes or walking around barefoot from time to time, because every degree we lose of dorsiflexion where your toe is pulled up towards your shin, okay, you're going to put that much more stress on your knee. And if we lose ankle mobility, that mobility has got to travel somewhere, and it normally goes up to the knee, which is why you see a lot of knee issues in basketball players, especially the guys that wear these big space boots and let me just close my computer here, that's in the way, and ankle braces and stuff like that. The knee joint, I'm becoming a quick expert in the knee joint. It's a hinge joint, okay? So flexion and extension, but we also have internal external rotation, but none of those movements take place at the knee without some kind of corresponding movement from one of the other joints in the lower body. Knee joint is one of the most complex joints in the body, although it's only a hinge joint, okay? So I got my book right here, as many as, it's the most complex and extensive synovial membrane in the entire body, okay? There's up to 14 bursa sacs and fat pads in the knee, so it's held together by the patellar and tibular and fibular collateral ligament capsule and the patellar femoral joint. Okay, so there's actually three joints that hold the knee together, but it's not held together by bone, it's held together by soft tissue. So with my injury, basically the soft tissue just exploded. Too much force going on there. But for your knee health, we got to think about what's going on in the back of the leg. We want strong hamstrings and soleus muscle, okay? The soleus and calf muscle, let's see here. The calf muscle crosses the knee joint, okay? The soleus does not. We want both of them to be strong. We want strong hamstring muscles as well. Because remember, the knee integrity, the joint, comes from the soft tissues that's surrounding it. So we got to think high rep work with hamstring curls, with calf raises, seated calf raises. When I talked to Louis Simmons for knee health, he talked sled dragging forward, backward, lightweight. Okay, you got to build up the VMO muscle for patellar tracking, which is huge. And if your knee is laid up like mine is, or in faulty knees, one of the things you'll notice is a atrophied or smaller VMO muscle. That's a teardrop vastus medialis muscle on the inside of the knee. Trampoline jumping, softly on trampoline, alternating feet is great for the knees via Louis. You got to have a full range of motion in the knee joint. Okay, you're looking at greater than 125 degrees of flexion, upwards 140 degrees flexion, and one of the great ways to train that we do at the gym is through unloaded squats, where the predator band is attached up high on an attachment, and we grab the handles, walk it back, so we're unloaded, and we go through a full range of motion, nice and easy, and then we progress that and move in a little further and go a little quicker as we loosen up. But you're also hitting ankle mobility with that. And lastly, for knee or any joint really health, you got to look at nutrition. Things such as fish oil. So I got my Barleans right here, because it's a little easier for me than going to get it every time I need it. Reduces inflammation at the joints. Remember, fat and synovial fluid, reduce friction around the joint. Okay, synovial fluid is made up of mainly protein and stuff such as cholesterol. Fat is a great lubricator. So in our diet, we gotta have high amounts of saturated fat from the right sources, and we gotta have high amounts of protein, whether we're trying to heal joints or build them up. Okay, tendons and ligaments are made up of collagen, which we can enhance its growth. It's very slow to grow. It doesn't lay down like muscle, but through higher amounts of protein, supplement with protein shakes, higher amounts of branched chain amino acids. You gotta give your joints every chance they have to be healthy. If you're going really low fat on your diet, you're gonna have joint problems. That's guaranteed. Okay, so these are some of the ways to really work on joint and knee health and build them up. It's probably a lot of stuff that you're not gonna read out there, but that's why we have Meathead Science. Glad to hear you're killing it in the track season. Be in touch, Neutron.